Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2.
Hey, okay. You make that yourself?
No. I wish. All right, we are live. Welcome to Real Truth and Power. Welcome to Real Truth and Power, where we provide powerful information to uplift the Black community. I am here with Digital Realtor Chad Craig, and we're going to get into some positive information about how we can help Black people get homes. So before I start, Brother Chad, tell the people a little bit about your experience in the home buying field.
All right. Well, I'm currently licensed in Maryland, working on DC and Virginia. I've been doing this for a little bit over a year now, and a lot of people ask me why I got into real estate. Pretty much because I wanted to change the trajectory of my family's future. As a community, sometimes we get caught up in what America want us to be, or what the government want us to be, and sometimes what they call it, the 40-40 plan.
Right.
Work 40 years for 40 years for 40 hours and wait till you die, pretty much, and just outlive your retirement money. So if you're looking to be an entrepreneur or business, I definitely say real estate is one of the ones that you want to at least look into. It's not for everybody. I will give you that, though.
Right. Well, talk about for our young Black couples in the Black community. Talk about the importance of home ownership for Black couples and the Black community itself.
I just want to start off with, for an example, with DC, the District of Columbia, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people are saying they're doing gentrification, things of that nature. I really feel like it is a gentrification going on, but if we buy back our block, in other words, if we take ownership and we provide, become homeowners and buy homes, there's nothing, they can't do anything to stop that. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, definitely.
And with the death of Nipsey Hussle, may his soul rest in peace. That's what he was trying to bring to light, for the most part, amongst other things. But that was one thing that he was trying to bring to light, that we need to invest in ourselves, invest in our future, and invest in our own community.
That is true.
By becoming homeowners. And owning real estate, because that's a great man by the name of oh my gosh, what is his name? Andrew Carnegie. He said that the fastest way to generational wealth is through real estate.
Right. Now let me ask you, because you are in the field of helping Black people get homes, what are some of the issues you've had with Black families, trying to obtain a home? What are some of the issues you had to overcome?
Well, first and foremost is credit. Credit is the number one thing. So people, some people are definitely motivated. When I first get a call from somebody, or I first reach out to them, or first connect with them, their first thing is, well, I don't have the credit. Then I ask them a ballpark figure what they think and a lot of people have issues not just with credit, but with debt as well. Some people, they take student loans out, or they, buy a vehicle, or just take personal loans out, and then they get caught into the debt. But and some do have the credit, but they just don't. The debt to income ratio is not balancing up for some of the jobs, and it's funny because here in the DMV area, a lot of people who make the money to become homeowners. It's just that they don't have the credit.
Right. Well, talking about credit, what are some of the things that you do, or you can help young Black people do to overcome credit problems?
Okay, so there's a lot of companies out here that will help with credit issues, or credit challenges, and help people remove delinquencies or things of that nature from their credit report. So I want people to be mindful and do your research on that company first, because there's a lot of companies out here that say they're going to do something and they just don't do it, and they end up taking your money. My suggestion would be is to talk to a lender first. Mm-hmm. Talk to your bank. A lot of lenders will be willing to work with you and put you on a credit repair plan. That does not necessarily mean that they're going to be working with you hand to hand like some of these other companies will do, right, or claim they will do. But they will give you a guideline and a pathway of which you need to remove that, get some of the delinquencies off your credit, things of that nature. So because they have an invested interest in you as an individual, because they want to help you become homeowners as well. Right. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
So and a lot of lenders do provide this service for free, and they will reach out to you on a periodic basis just to check up on you. Say, hey, listen, you got a 500 credit score. You need to do X, Y, Z to bring that up. We'll check back with you in about 2 or 3 months. And some of the lenders that I work with will do that on their behalf. I get an email just about once a week, and they give me a whole pipeline of the people that I sent to them that was either having credit issues or may not be ready. And in that pipeline, it says this person was not ready. They're about 6 months away. So not only are they doing their due diligence to follow up with them, me as the realtor, I'm doing the due diligence as well to follow back up with them, because I want these people to stay focused and have that idea of becoming a homeowner on their mind so it can become a reality one day.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned that about the credit. Also talk about other programs, just giving knowledge and helping, like especially the young couples. A young couple that's coming up and they're renting. They're not getting any equity. They're losing money, and they're saying to themselves, hey, let's get a home. But they have no idea about the process. Are there any programs you recommend, or do you talk them through that process?
Absolutely. So there's one thing, because Maryland, first and foremost, definitely promote home ownership. So they have a program called the Maryland Mortgage Program, and you can definitely reach out to them. You can actually go on their website, maryland.gov. Just type in the search bar, Maryland Mortgage Program. They have a lot of programs that provide down payment assistance, because that's another challenge as well. Some people just don't have $10,000 and $15,000 to put down on a home. So the Maryland Mortgage Program definitely helps us to at least come with a little bit less at the table. I've seen loans where, matter of fact, I just did one back in May where the young lady, she was in her early 20s, mid 20s. She was a school teacher, and school teachers don't make a whole lot of money, right? Right. And she actually ended up getting money back at the closing table. Like, I negotiated that deal where she actually got like $1,500 back at the closing table. So she got keys to a house and got a check. Wow. Can't beat that. That was like a marvelous day. And I know some of the associates that I work with definitely are connected with some of the programs like that as well that will definitely help people out. The one thing that is out here is called the PGC PAP program, and that's PGC Pathway to Purchase. That's a grant that's right here in Prince George's County. And that's a forgivable grant. You have to live in a home for 5 years, of course. Only problem is, right now, there's a fund and it's dried up. So they usually replenish the fund early January, somewhere around there. And I think it's about $7 million that goes into that. And that gives potential homeowners like $15,000 towards their closing costs. Oh wow! Which is awesome. Is awesome. $15,000 towards your closing costs is awesome. So there's a lot of programs. You just gotta tap into them.
You good. If you were counseling a black couple, a young black couple now, what is the number one advice you would give them before they even talk about getting a home? I know you want to make sure that credit is good and stuff like that, but what direction would you lead them to, or maybe not just one tip, but a couple of tips to saying, here's what you need to do to prepare for the process?
All right. First thing I'm going to talk about is budget. Set a budget for your home, right? Because right now, if you rent a home, you say you're paying $1,300 a month, right? So you're about to take the next step. So I want you to set a budget so when you do become that homeowner, it won't be such a burden on you, because sometimes we want to get these $400,000 or $500,000 homes, right? And those going to run you about $2,200 to $2,500 a month. So that's extra $700 that you put in. So now you want to set a budget. You want to prepare yourself as if you're already paying a mortgage, right? So the first thing I tell them is, listen, if you pay, make sure you pay your bills, but practice paying a mortgage. In other words, if you know your mortgage is going to, if we're looking at a mortgage that's possibly going to be $1,800 to $2,000 a month, put that extra $600-$700 away so you already comfortable with paying that mortgage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the second tip I would definitely recommend is just stay on. I can't say this enough. Just stay on top of your credit. Just make sure your credit is, because that's like number one. Because people, we get into this mode. Our credit score is rising. We had a 680. Next month we had a 690. The month after that we had a 700. And then people wants to go buy a car or
right.
finance furniture. So that's the first thing. I always, even when you getting ready, even when you buy your house, right? Say I just sold you a house. The first thing people want to do is finance furniture. No, please don't do that. I always tell them, just don't do that. If you see that love, you know, that dining room set or that living room furniture, and it costs you $2,500 or whatever, you know, just pay for it in cash if you can. If you don't have it right now, just wait. Save your money up and just wait the best you can, and just go ahead and pay for it in cash, because that $2,500 could turn to $7,000 easily.
Yeah, no doubt.
Easily with interest, because these interest rates on these furniture places are like 24%. Even 12%, and that's if you start doing the math and putting the math together, that's a lot of money over time.
Right. You're right about that. You're right about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Budgeting
and watching and monitoring your credit. That's even if you have to get like a credit monitoring service. So I actually am connected with a company that provides one. It's like $24 a month, and anytime you get a credit hit, they just monitor your credit. They not only monitor your credit, they monitor your bank account. Any kind of eradicated spending you may do, they're going to alert you.
Okay, so I'm glad you went into that process, because you know your young brother. Talk about the struggles of being a young brother in the game of being a realtor and helping Black people, and talk about some of the challenges you personally have to overcome.
Let me see. You know, so my mindset is like so positive. You know, I look at challenges as an opportunity for me to grow. So, you know, I think for me the biggest challenge is just trying to keep that person or that couple focused, because once you do get under contract, or not just under contract, once you do start the process of finding a house, it can be a little overwhelming, you know, because it's not like going to buy a car or going to buy a pair of shoes or something like that. It's a process. And, you know, in today's society with the millennials and the microwave thought of things, you know, we want everything right now. We want everything at an instant, right? It's a process that you have to go through, and just to keep that person or that couple focused, because I've had couples say, hey, I want to buy a house, I want to become a homeowner, and then when we get started in the process, the process started to get too overwhelming for them, and they just go ahead and rent. They find a new rental place.
Right.
You know, and it's just, that's probably the biggest challenge that I will have, is just keeping that person focused, just keeping that couple focused at the most.
Now, for the older couples, we want to let them know that it's not too late. You know, don't get settled in renting. Any advice to older couples that may have their credit scraped but are scared to jump out there and purchase a home? You know, it's
No,
a
man.
myth that a lot of people are just nervous about it.
Nah, come talk to me. You know, shoot, 60% of my clients been 50 and older.
Wow.
First time home buyers.
Wow.
First time home buyers, they just tired of renting. And right now, the interest rates are bananas. I mean, they like super low for the last 92 months.
Wow.
You know, we talking about under 4%. And if you ain't buy a house 10 years ago when it was, 2.75 and 3%, right now is the time to buy, because once it hit a bottom, you know it's gonna go back up.
Right.
You know what I mean? The economy is, that's the. Let me talk about this for a second. That's what the Federal Reserve does to try to stimulate the economy, right? They lower the interest rates so people can start purchasing. And once there's no more ammunition, once that bullet is unloaded or empty, once that gun is empty, it's nothing else they can do, right? So the time is now 55. And actually, you know what? My target is baby boomers. That's really my main target, baby boomers, because, people bought townhouses, right? Mm-hmm. If you're 55 and older, you're looking at your next 10 to 20 years in life, you don't want to deal with those steps anymore, right? So now I'm looking at baby boomers that have townhouses and they want to move into a one-level house, something like that. So I'm definitely here to assist with the sale of your home and finding you a new home.
Now, before I get to you talking, I'm sorry to cut you off, before I get to you talking about the business, I just want to make sure everybody knows you're on Real Truth and Power Live. We uplift the Black community.
I appreciate you having me,
business.
By the way.
Oh, man, you know it, man. We always want to look out for our young entrepreneurs and Black businesses and Black people trying to do good things. Please hit that like and that subscribe button, because that gets more people in tune to what we're doing. We're here with Digital Realtor Chad Craig. And Chad, let's talk about your business, because you're in the DMV area pretty much. Talk about your business. What is Digital Realtor? That was the first thing I wanted to ask you anyway. Go into that and talk about the business.
Digital Realtor is pretty much my brand, right? That's what I do. And what a brand is, a promise. So inside that promise, this is something that I'm building. I just started building it. So not only do I try to empower Black people and becoming homeowners, I also try to empower Black realtors, right? Because there's so much competition out here. Just in Maryland alone, it's over 4,000 licensed realtors. Not all of them are active, but there's over 4,000 licensed realtors, and all of them don't look like you and I, right? So my target is with the Digital Realtor. What I'm building is, and you can follow me on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. Digital Realtor. I do provide content to other realtors of how you can gain insight on how to get more clients, how to get more leads, things of that nature. Because, like I said, it's a competition, and the market is saturated with realtors.
Right.
And not only that, with the Digital Realtor, everybody likes a brand, right? Mm-hmm. Like Nike, Snickers, Coca-Cola, you know what I mean? But don't nobody really know who the owner of these people are, right? Of these companies. If you told me, if you asked me who was the owner of Nike, I couldn't tell you. I would assume that it's somebody overseas, right? But Nike is a brand, and they're recognizable. And so that's all I'm trying to do, is just build something that's recognizable to the people, something that's eye-catching. Because just like how you called it, Digital Realtor, it's just a brand that's something that's eye-catching. That's all.
Right.
And I'm building something off of that.
So I'm somebody interested in buying a home. Couple of questions in one, twofold question. How do they actually contact you? And what do they need to bring to the table so you can look at it to see where they stand as far as what level of home they could buy? Okay,
first thing, how you can contact me, my number is 444-1108. My email address is chadcraig@kw.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Chad Craig. You can easily find me on there, and my contact information will be on there. You can actually Google me, and my broker affiliation is with Keller Williams Preferred Properties right here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Their number is 240-737-5000. You can always call that office in, and they'll get in contact with me. They'll provide the information for you.
Okay.
And what was the second part of your question?
What do they need to bring to the table? What paperwork so you can look at it, evaluate it?
Okay. So first thing is just a conversation. It's a consultation. You don't, if you're buying a house, you don't have to bring nothing.
Okay.
Bring a pen and pad if you want, to take notes. But for the most part, I have information that I'm going to give you after our consultation and during our consultation, right? The second thing you want to do is get connected with a lender. You want to get connected with a lender. You want to start the pre-approval process because that gives you the spending power. That tells you how much money you can spend, right? I ran into so many people that was pre-approved for $600,000, right? And during our consultation, one of my main questions is, what are you going to be comfortable with as far as your mortgage payments? Okay, you have a $600,000 pre-approval, but you may not want to spend that much, right? So if you tell me I'm only comfortable with $2,500 or $2,000, okay, now we're not looking at $600,000 homes. We're looking at $300,000 to $400,000 homes.
Right.
So when you come talk to me, when you call me, it's just a conversation and a consultation more than anything. No obligations. My service as a buyer, if you come to me purchasing a home, my services are free, and 99% of the times the seller pays my commission.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a good ratio. That
saves the buyer a lot of money.
Right. I'm gonna let you go. I got a couple more questions, and one of the questions is, and this is just info for the people.
Okay.
I'm not a realtor. I only learn from like what you're telling me, but I always talk to people about looking at when they're buying a home, looking at kind of a lot of things like location, because that determines what school you go to. But then there's the issue, which school your kids go to. But then there's the issue of what you can afford. Do you ever have any issues, or how do you go about helping them? Because you have a lot of resources to finding good homes and good neighborhoods. How do you go about that process of weaning out and finding a good fit for that person?
All right, so I do have a website that I use, that I set people up. When we doing a consultation, I look at what you want in your home, right? 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, that's standard, right? Most of the time. And then I set you up on a criteria search based on what you're telling me what you want, what neighborhood you want to live in, what area. I also ask, where do you work at? Where area you work in? You work in D.C.? Okay, you don't want to be too far up in Marlboro because that's another bill, right? Gas is another bill, believe it or not, right? So and we look at the budget in that way as well, because your car note and your gas and how you get to work, back and forth to work, that's another bill. If you putting $100 a week in your car, that's $400 a month. So that's another bill, right? So we try to get people as close to their active life as possible. Some people like living far away. You know what I mean? Taking a 40-minute drive to work. Some people prefer to live 20 minutes closer or whatever, to their job. It just all depends on what that individual wants. You said something about condos though, and I want to, because as being a first-time home buyer, those are probably going to be the most affordable things for you, right? So there's really been a challenge with condos, because condos, if the condo association is more than 15% delinquency rate, meaning that more than 15% of the people that's actually living there now doesn't pay their condo association fees on time, or they're behind. FHA and conventional FHA won't approve it. And if you have a conventional loan, you still have to bring 10% down, no matter if you're getting down payment assistance or not, right?
Okay.
However, the good thing about it, HUD and the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, came together because they seen that the sale of condos has went down drastically in the last 5 years. I think if I get my numbers correct, it's over 500,000 condos across the nation, right?
Oh, okay.
Maybe more than that. I can't remember the numbers, but there's only been a little over 17,000 that has been resold. So just think about that for a second. If my numbers are correct, and I'm sure I'm like close, over 500,000 condos and only 17,000 has been sold, right? So if you bought a condo and you want to upgrade, it's hard for you to sell it. So you pretty much stuck, right? What the HUD has done, they are taking some of the burden off of some of these condos associations, and they're still, and this is going to happen in October. So 60 days or so from now, in October, they're going to take the burden off of the condos association, and you will still be able to either sell your condo or buy a condo that's with over a 15% delinquency rate in the neighborhood. Wow. That condo association. So that was like huge. That's real huge because some people don't want to. What happens is people buy these condos, live in it for 2 or 3 years because that's what they're planning, right? They want to live in this condo for 2 or 3 years, save their money, and go buy a single family home or maybe a townhouse. They get stuck and they become, the only option is either the short sale, foreclosure, or become a landlord to rent it out, right? Which is not a bad thing, but some people just not really built to be a landlord.
Right.
You know, some people don't want to chase down their money. Don't want to worry about the mortgage payments, you know what I mean? And then that's their investment, and they don't want just anybody living in their house, tearing up their house, because you know your mind about my investment is not going to be the same.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Definitely, you're right on point. It definitely makes sense.
Right. So in October, they are. I think around the 15th of October, they're looking to help these condo homeowners either purchase a condo or sell a condo, which is huge. I mean, this is like some of the biggest news in a long time. Almost just as big as the interest rates.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you blew my mind with a lot of the things you were saying today, for real. Especially the condo thing. Because, you know, people don't understand. You can own a condo. That's generational wealth. Once you get that thing in, you know, you can pass that down. So for those older people, and I want you to go back before I let you go. And you were saying that you were encouraging people like over 50. You say you deal with them a lot as far as getting homes. That's a great move for them, correct?
Yeah. Absolutely. It just lets you know that it's never too late. But I encourage the millennials in the 20s and the 30s to get on top of it now too, because you already seen what happened in DC. You know, the homes in DC at one point was under 200,000. Now you can't find nothing under 300.
Yeah,
you know,
that's crazy.
So and it's just migrating and starting to spread like a ooze. You know, between Virginia and Prince George's County, and it's just going to grow, because what's going to happen is Charles County going to want a piece of that as well. Montgomery County, which is already high by itself anyway, but you know they going to want a piece of it. So if they see the Prince George's County market booming because due to what's happening in DC, they going to want a piece of it too. So they going to. It's just the market is doing really well. By the way, I mean it's doing really well. So if a person was just thinking about it, just call me. Just call me. Even if you 6 months, a year away, just give me a call. 240-444-1108. Just give me a call. Let's just have a conversation and just see where you at. Let's start a plan. Let's start a plan together. Because the first thing I always tell, well, not always, but the first thing I tell some people that may get discouraged, I always say, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Word. Right? So if you're thinking about them keys or that doorknob, you can hold it in your hand. And I'm here to encourage you. And not only do I encourage, I educate, because I want you to make an educated decision during that process. That's my biggest thing, is just educating the people and bringing that knowledge to them, because a lot of people just don't know.
Right.
And the good thing about it is, if you are a current homeowner and you're thinking about moving up, you can actually still get down payment assistance and be treated as a first-time home buyer as long as you lived in your house for over 3 years. But you cannot own the home at the same time. Okay. So in other words, if you was looking to buy a house, you can close on your current house that morning and buy your new house and close on your new house that afternoon.
Gotcha.
Which is really powerful, because people think, oh, I own this home, but I sell, I got to put up 20% or put 10% down payment. No, you don't have to do that anymore. I'm telling you, Maryland is doing some powerful things, man. Not only Maryland, but DC as well is doing some powerful things to help increase home ownership and promote home ownership.
Oh, man, that was powerful. Black people, get on it. My man from Digital Realtor, Chad Craig. Man, The energy is in the building. Please take your time, close out, just give all your information and some encouraging words before we let you go.
All right, first thing I like, for, if you're a realtor and you're watching this, or even if you're not a realtor, even if you was thinking about becoming a realtor, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notifications. I attempt to do at least 2 videos a month, right? Okay. Sometimes time don't allow that. But anyhow, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, Digital Realtor. Hit the notification button. You will get a notification anytime I post something. Follow me on Facebook, Chad Craig, or you can just go straight to my business page, Digital Realtor, right there. I provide content there as well. My number and my contact information is 240-444-1108. You can hit me on an email, chadcraig@kw.com. If you was thinking about selling your home, I'll be glad to send you a complimentary home evaluation just to give you a snapshot of what your home may be worth, because your home may be worth more than what you think it is. So I'll be glad to send anybody that information. Just email me, and I'll be more than willing to send that complimentary information. And look, God is the head of my life, and He ordered my steps. So that's just going to be my positive information for the day. Just stay connected to God and just listen to Him. He'll tell you what to do. He'll give you the right direction to go in. That's going to be my positive information for the day.
Man, I appreciate you, and I'm gonna be hitting you soon. Hopefully, we can get back together. Maybe do it every so often, and just do some facts about buying a home, and just keep putting you out there, and get you out there to the family.
Absolutely, we can do this once a month. It don't matter.
Hey, let's make it happen.
I'm here.
All right, brother Chad. Peace and blessings, brother. I'm gonna talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. Good luck with everything that you got going on too, brother. And I definitely keep you in my prayers, and for your family and your business. And I like what you got going on. Real Truth and Power, man. I'm glad we connected through Facebook, because you found me on Facebook, right?
Right,
so
no doubt.
We connected on Facebook, and I'm glad you reached out, and I'm glad to have the opportunity. I'm really humbled to have this opportunity, just to not just speak on my business, but to educate the people on home ownership.
Yeah, man, just to be crazy before I let you go about the Spurs, they don't know. We just found out we got the same birthday. And then come find out I'm rocking the king with the Ankh, and you got on the Biggie with the crown. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the shirt
and everything.
Yeah, so the spirit is in the building. But all right, man, I'm going to get up with you soon, and I'm going to close out myself. So peace and blessings.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Wow, that was a great interview. That was my brother, Chad Craig, and man, it was a phenomenal show. I'm very excited about it because, whenever we can do something to promote our family, we want to do that. So that was definitely a good thing to do. I'm very excited about it because whenever we can do things to help other people in our community and get information and get feedback, that is something that we definitely have to do. So you know how it is, man. We got a lot of good things coming. Again, Real Truth and Power. Please like and subscribe. That is very important that you like and subscribe. We want to promote this thing, make it happen. Show that we can do some positive things in this community and get the word out for our people. Definitely get the word out for our people because they don't know. And when we don't know, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So we want to take it to the next level, find out the things that we need, and buying a home is definitely something that we want to get out there to our people. And it's not only buying a home, it's a bigger thing than that because it starts with getting your finances in order. The money you make controls the home that you buy. The place that you live, where you live at, determines the schools that your kids go to. I believe I heard Dr. George Frazier say that. The schools that your kids go to determine the outcome of their education. It determines the colleges they go to. And in this system, and college isn't for everybody, we always talk about that, but college is very expensive, and right now they're trying to make it to where a degree it can get you further in life. So we want to be very strong on that. We want to make sure that we focus on that. We want to make sure that we got our finances in order. We want to make sure we're buying homes, we're buying property, we're buying real estate, because real estate usually doesn't go up. It doesn't go down. It goes up. So, think about that the next time you guys are buying that fresh car. Think about it when you're buying your clothes. Think about all of those things because at the end of the day, we want to build generational wealth. Don't think about tomorrow and you driving that fly car. I want you to think about passing something down to your kids and your kids passing something down to their kids. So we're going to have a lot of phenomenal information coming up because we want to start talking about life insurance and how important life insurance is for generational wealth. Most people think, man, I'm going to get some life insurance and leave a couple thousand for my family, and they have some ways to bury me. But in real life, man, we want to have life insurance to pass on so they can invest in other things. So, man, Craig, my man, Mr. Chad Craig, Brother Chad was dropping some dimes, and we're looking for more interviews. Stay tuned, man. I told you, man, Real Truth and Power. The website launch is on the way, and we're going to do it right. So if you're interested in being a vendor for the launch, it's totally going to be free. We're looking for a place now. We're going to have a couple of black businesses promote their stuff. And when we launch, we're going to launch our website, and it's going to be phenomenal. Also, email me if you're a black business owner and you have a black business. We have a free black business website that's going to be all included in Real Truth and Power. So you can use that to promote your business if you're struggling to get a website, or it's just when somebody wants to look up a black business, you're in there. So, man, another powerful interview. I want to say hotep and keep grinding, black people, keep grinding. And let's do this again, man. Let's do this again. We out of here. Let's get it in. And thank you again. Remember, please like and subscribe. That is very important that you like and subscribe. The more likes we get, it promotes our videos, and we're just trying to kick all the knowledge out to, to help the people. So, man, I really appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned and just keep sharing the knowledge. We're going to be taking phone calls soon. All right. I know a lot of people have been saying they want to call into the show through Facebook. So we're going to be taking phone calls soon. So just thank you for supporting the show, and look for a lot of more creative things from us in the future. All right, man. We out of here. Hotep.